Hey, what's going on, people? How you guys doing, man? This is Renal Cleese, and I am back with the TV. So yes, I'm back with the TV, and officially gonna do my review from the television. So here we go. So after this whole thing with John Cena and CM Punk, we had an opening with Triple H appearing in the ring, and actually we had an opening with CM Punk, and apparently CM Punk returned after his Money in the Bank match. He returned a week back, and I'm surprised. So I was going to talk more about this. So I was supposed to talk more about this, like I said last week. So I will talk about it. So the whole night started off with the CM Punk and Triple H promo as they confront each other face to face. And indeed, that's what we got, apparently. So, here comes CM Punk going on the mic. And then eventually soon, Triple H comes out, and CM Punk explains his return of why he's back. And he says his contract is supposed to expire. So,
I was struggling with this monumentous, life-changing decision that I had to make. On one hand...
So basically that's what we got. And then a little bit after that, we had Triple H confront each other. And basically Triple H and CM Punk talks about, oh, what are you going to do if you strike me? Confront his wife. And then Triple H calls him a smug. And then Triple H basically says, oh, like, it's hard to say this, but he says, why'd you really come back? And that's what he wondered. And then CM Punk said, yeah, you know, maybe I did come back for me. And then they both spread back and forth about an ego. And so the heat has started building up like they're about to fight, but basically that's not what we got. So a little bit at the end, CM Punk says, what are you going to do? Are you going to get your wife for me? So basically we get this match. We get the Divas Battle Royale, and apparently in a little bit, we had Natalya competing in her jacket, which was pretty weird. And on top of that, this is how the match started. Beth Phoenix was eliminated by Melina in the first second. And she hardly done anything, which was pretty ridiculous. And Jay Hardy was pretty frustrated about that. So I heard his review. That's why he got screwed. But Gail Kim just rolled out. I don't know why she just rolled out like that. It should have been Melina, Gail Kim eliminating each other and have some good heat up. That's how this would have happened. So basically, that would have been a little bit more crazy. So it came out with Tamina eliminated Caitlyn. AJ Lee made it pretty far, which was pretty surprised about. And you know, that was just a good battle royale. Beth Phoenix was just, I think, was incredibly on a roll, which I was pretty proud about. But anyway, it was the final four. Beth Phoenix barely survived it. Like, how did she survive that? I think that was incredible. And this was just incredible. But then Eve Torres, you know, eventually eliminated Alicia Fox, which is what I was not surprised about. But then after that, we had Alicia Fox trying to pull Eve Torres. Then Bella Twitch. I thought it was going to be, this is where I thought it was going to be Eve Torres versus Kelly. And then that's where Eve Torres turns heel. But it turned out another competitor won, which wasn't the Bella Twitch. And I bet everybody knew. So Torres get a little game. Something amazing happened, which was just incredible. Look at Beth Phoenix. Beth Phoenix just tore the house down. My mom was just surprised when she saw that. I thought that was just very good, very credible. And Kelly turning and congratulating Beth Phoenix, which was just pretty stupid. They should have just had a stare down, and then then Beth Phoenix runs out and cheap shots Beth Phoenix. That's where I would think that's what would have happened. But basically, Kelly congrats Beth Phoenix. And then all of a sudden, she just basically beats the crap out of Smelly Kelly. And yeah, that's what happens from there. And then Beth Phoenix pulls off a promo. So I think Beth Phoenix turns heel, or it's just a more aggressive face. I don't know. It's probably like Chris Jericho and Edge, where they were both more aggressive face or a heelish face. I think that's where it went from there. So basically, that's what we got. I don't know how it's going to build. Kelly's just going to get some retribution. And yeah, that's what's going to basically happen on the build-up for SummerSlam. So, basically, after the start of the match, John Morrison was just incredible in the ring after his injury. His injury was pretty rough and, pretty rough after being out for a couple of months. But John Morrison's comeback was just incredible. And John Morrison finally gets his hands on R-Truth, which is just incredible. Miz, basically gets an upper hand, which was just pretty much of a good match. But eventually later on in the match, Rey Mysterio tags in and they get incredible momentum, which was just pretty incredible. And I was pretty proud of this match. This match was just very, very good. But we thought it was going to be a cliche win by the face, but you never know what could happen. So it's pretty cliche that The Miz is a heel, and he basically gets an upper hand on Rey Mysterio. That's his longtime rival, which is just pretty surprising. But it's funny, cross-feud R-Truth, what did have a feud with Rey Mysterio, as John Morrison did have a feud with R-Truth, which was just pretty crazy. So, a little bit after that, John Morrison tries to tag in. Well, eventually he tries to attempt his Starship Pain. So basically he eventually misses, and then The Miz, basically gets an upper hand, which was just a great ending. The ending was just so exciting, and John was actually trying to execute it. It was just incredible. I thought that was just impressive. And it was just very climatic in this match. That's where the match was very good. But, it turned out John Morrison looked like R-Truth did have a good upper hand. He tries to 619 on the Truth. And The Miz winds up interfering. And then he ends up knocking out Rey Mysterio, which was just pretty surprising. And, I was just, oh man, this was just very blown away. And Morrison tries to knock off The Miz, but basically R-Truth winds up picking up an upset victory. And he ends up saying, "What's up? What's up?" So after the match, The Miz beats the crap out of John Morrison, nails the skull-crushing finale, and Rey Mysterio. The Miz and R-Truth winds up being on the same page. So that's what basically happens. So basically, Vicky does her excuse me routine, when she says a catchphrase. She tries to say it calmly, but eventually she wants to take aggression. To say, "I said excuse me!" And I wind up texting my friend Vicky when she says excuse me, which is so hilarious. This is just hilarious. So they're talking about the controversy during the champions, and Dolph Ziggler pulls off a promo, Vicky pulls off a promo about her becoming the Intercontinental Champion. So anyway, that's what they're talking about. Then Alex Riley comes out with the promo of his own. And he talks about, basically dropping Vicky, which is just silly. And it's kind of silly that, Dolph Ziggler is facing adversity with people trying to get in between Dolph Ziggler and Vicky. And he's talking about him hiding behind Vicky Guerrero. That's just plain silly. So Vicky should be managing The Miz in the main event scene, or she should be at least trying to push up Jack Swagger. I think that's what they should do eventually, and that's what should happen. So basically, it looked like they were getting dressed to fight, but it looked like that's when it went off. So we have Zack Ryder, who's now a face all of a sudden, and getting a huge pop. Especially with the size, woo, 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 it, broski, which is surprising. Zack Ryder, I was quite content with Zack Ryder as a heel, but for him to trying to push him as a face, it's kind of silly. So Michael Cole looks embarrassed. So during the match, we had, it wasn't a half bad match. David Otunga, which is basically dominating the match. And since, Zack Ryder would be a great tag team, they wouldn't be half bad. But it turned out basically, Vladimir Kozlov, I don't know what happened to Vladimir Kozlov anyway. Probably turned heel or somewhat. You never know. But, anyway, this was just an okay match. But, what else did we get? Zack Ryder was just getting huge momentum. And what did they do? This was just pretty silly. I mean, look at Zack Ryder's momentum. He was just incredible, especially with his new Broski gimmick. Come on, Broski. Whoa, he was just incredible. And then all of a sudden, he's like, woo, woo, woo. And look what happened. They screwed him over. It was about to do the Rough Rider, but yeah, here's what happened at the end. this is what happened. They screwed him over with him getting buried by the new Nexus. But I'm impressed with the new Nexus. I did like them. I want to see how they shine on their own without him being behind CM Punk a lot. And they're great tag teams. Like, they're not half bad. They prove to be powerful. But, you know, I know it's frustrating. It looks like they're playing in politics with Michael McGillicuddy as Mr. Perfect's son, Otunga, Jennifer Hudson's husband, who was a sensation. And basically that's what we got. So, it looks pretty silly. So, anyway, yeah, that's what we got. Good match, but Zack Ryder and Santino needs a win. So we got another interview with CM Punk, and you know, CM Punk says basically he pays a lot of respect for Triple H, and he admires him. I think that's what he said. But CM Punk's interview was pretty realistic. And he basically said he tested Hunter, which was an okay interview. It was a good interview, but looked pretty realistic to me. So we get a match between Alberto Dorito and Evan Airborne, and apparently Alberto Dorito basically picks up the win, which was not a half bad match. But Evan Bourne continues to be impressive in the ring, you know, and you know I'm giving props to that. So yeah, that's what we got. So apparently Alberto Dorito, you know, had a good upper hand. Evan Bourne had an okay upper hand. But Alberto Dorito just continues to be incredible. They continue to put on a great match, and I think that's what I was impressed about. So it looked like Evan Airborne was about to go up for the Airborne, but I think the case is that kind of backfired when Alberto Dorito drop kicks him, and then eventually goes for the armbar, and then basically picks up the win. But after that win, Kofi Kingston eventually comes to the A when he tries to attack Alberto Dorito furthermore. And he runs in to save him, and Bourne was basically. So basically after the promo with Sheamus and Mark Henry, I think they're gonna face off at SummerSlam with Sheamus as a face right now. I'm surprised Sheamus is a face. So basically Triple H comes into the ring. He steps in. And then the Vice President steps in, Johnny Ace, where he confronts Triple H and states that John Cena should be stripped out of the title. John Cena should be stripped out of the title, and he shouldn't have a title opportunity. And basically, he should have been fired. So John Cena steps in. He basically says he could sucker punch Johnny Ace right now after what he did at Money in the Bank. And that's how his confrontation was. It was pretty heated. This was a good promo from John Cena. I think this was very good. Sorry if I stood there and listened to it. And I think this was the point. And I think CM Punk and John Cena are revealing a lot of light after this feud. So this is the best feud John Cena's been in before John Cena and The Rock. This will be the best feud before John Cena and The Rock. Because it looks like they're bringing a lot of light into the WWE, even though this is WWE approved. But now they're bringing a lot of light. And the fans can now feel relieved because they're speaking up, even though this was approved. So he basically said, oh, have your timekeeper go up there, ring the bell, and have the Chicago screwed up. But that's backfired.
SummerSlam. The WWE Champion John Cena versus the WWE Champion CM Punk. One match, one winner, one undisputed WWE Champion.
So that was the whole point. Jay Vardy was a little bit right. They should have had that title match, but I thought, you know, they're gonna do something different. I thought it was gonna be a setup between Vince McMahon, Hunter, and CM Punk, and Johnny Ace, and they're all gonna attack Cena and then fire him. But it turned out that wasn't the case. And basically, John Cena and CM Punk, as one raises their hand up, the music, they play their music, the person lifts their music up. But when someone else does it, John Cena or CM Punk, the music changes. And that's how the night ended off. It was an okay Monday Night Raw. I have to say, it started off pretty fair. But, you know, I give a lot of props to the main event promos. The promos were good. And the matches were very okay. The matches had a lot of effort. So that's my review for Monday Night Raw. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. It's the Red Dog Street. And I'm taking you to the extreme. And here comes the music changes if you want to hear it again.